I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go from Atlanta. Cody the Dominator Burke and Clay Kirchenbauer on the front row. Vic Brown, David Lux on the second row. Points leader Bradley James and Chad Ragsdale on the third row. Colby Whipple, Tyler Ott on the fourth row. Patrick Pieper and William Mann Jr. rounding out the top 10. Kirk Marble starts in 11 next to Eric Walkowiak in 12th. Richie Joplin, Ryan McDaniel starting 13th and 14th. Austin Ruskoff, Brian Hewitt 15th and 16th. Mark Dantuma, Richard Cragen, and Larry Waits round out the 19-car field here tonight. Everybody getting stacked up on the grid. And the cars start rolling behind the pace car. Now remember, this track is super abrasive and they only have 4 additional tire sets. They're going to have to try and make those tires stretch as long as possible. Drivers are looking at 38 to 40 laps on a tank of fuel. But they will want tires long before they want fuel here tonight. All right, here they come. Out of turn 4. Buckle up and get ready. The pace car dives to pit road. Here they come. The green flag flies. We are underway in Atlanta. We talked about it being mid-afternoon, but the track temperature is holding at the moment. We'll keep a close eye on that. This track does have a tendency to get greasy very easily. Down the back straightaway, we've got some action back behind. William Mann Jr. 3 wide, now back down to 2 wide. Comes up in front of Walkowiak. Things definitely got spicy out of turn 2. And looked like Kirk Marble was a little loose out of turn 4. We've got one in the wall. And it was William Mann Jr. that got into the wall coming out of turn 4. He is going to be open for a caution quickly. Cody Burke has the lead, but the points leader, Bradley James, now up to second. He is on the move. He's definitely going to be fighting to get a lap lead to pick up some bonus points here tonight. That highline definitely carries a ton of momentum as Bradley James just shoots out of 2. We talk about it a lot of these ovals that that highline carries the momentum out, but the bottom line is the shortest way around. But here in Atlanta, the exit of turn 2, man, if you got that highline and you've got it nailed down, you're going to come out of turn 2 with the gap on the car behind. Oh, Bradley started blinking. Eric Walkowiak also on the move, already up 4 spots into 8th. Tyler Ott up 3 spots into 5th. Richie Joplin up 3 spots into 10th. Kowiak, though the biggest mover so far, he is on the attack. Looked like Whipple had a close call with the wall. Bradley James continues to lead the Dominator behind. Remember, Bradley is the points leader, but has not been to victory lane yet this season. And folks, don't forget, you can see every race this season so far on our YouTube channel. This race will be on YouTube tomorrow in 4K. Bradley is actually pulling away at the moment from the Dominator. Meanwhile, Chad Ragsdale has moved up into 3rd. Tyler Ott now up 4 spots into 4th. Clay Kirchenbauer has drifted back to 5th. Don't be surprised, we know at these kind of tracks, Clay has that tendency to lay back in the early going, but he is oftentimes the fastest car on the long run. Richie Joplin now 4 spots into 9th. He is also on the move. Austin Ruskoff starting to make some ground up. He is up 3 spots into 12th, but Pieper trying to get by. Right behind, looked like Pieper may have gotten a little loose out of 2. Ryan McDaniel lurking there in 14th. Pieper looked loose again coming out of turn 4. Keep a close eye on Patrick Pieper. These drivers do a lot of times adjust that steering ratio. At a track like Atlanta, a lot of the drivers will go to a 16-to-1 steering ratio, which means they have to have more wheel. Holy cow! They have to have a lot more wheel input to get the wheel to turn. But some drivers will keep it down around 10 or even 8. That 16-to-1 definitely helps the tires last longer. But you are a bit more maneuverable with the lower numbers, lower ratios. However, as we're seeing with Pieper, he's a bit squirrely out there. Ryan McDaniel into 13. Pieper still looking up top. Meanwhile, Bradley James has checked out a 1.5 second lead so far. Hopefully he is not using the tires up here in the early going. Tyler Ott still holding on to 3rd, right behind the Dominator. Ragsdale in 4th. Colby Whipple has made his way up to 5th. Great to see Colby back on the attack, moving forward. Ott got a little bit loose out of 2. Clay Kirchenbauer now in 6, David Lux in 7. Richie Joplin and Kirk Marble battled it out. Richie now to 9th, Kirk in 10th. Kirk Marble looking to turn things around tonight. He counts into tonight 5th in points, has 2 wins on the season. Looking to see if he can make up some more ground in the points. Whipple looking under Ragsdale now for 4th. We've seen Whipple using the high line most of the night, but so is Ragsdale. Whipple's having to really work for it to take the position. one guy not working for it right now, Bradley James. He is just out for a Sunday cruise, and William Mann Jr. is on pit road. William has significant damage. See if we can see where William I'm not sure how far back William got his damage. He has been to pit road, got it repaired. He is back out on track. Now, we've talked about it earlier in the night, but tire wear tonight is going to be the biggest issue. Bradley James is out front with a 1.5 second lead. His fastest lap, 30.17. This time by 31.20. They're already a second a lap slower. And as is the case at tracks like here in Atlanta, Rockingham, and Darlington, this track is just eating those tires, and every lap they get a little slower. And that's why we keep an eye on guys like Clay Kirchenbauer, who are very good at conserving. Clay has now moved back up into fifth. Ruben Whipple is sold. Looked like David Lutz may have kissed the walls till some sparks flying. Lutz starting to close back up. Meanwhile, Marble and Joplin battle. Right behind that is the battle for 8th and 9th. Nick Brown has definitely used his tires up a bit early. He has slipped back to 10. You guys in the stands are, oh, we've got a wreck behind. Richie Joplin is in the wall. And the caution will fly. Our first caution of the night. Kirk Marble and Richie Joplin both involved. Let's take a look. There's Richie up on the high side. Kirk has a bit of a run. They go back off into turn 3. Both drivers look like the cars are okay. They're planted at the moment. Richie goes to the bottom as they come through 1 and 2, actually more toward the middle. And it looks like Kirk got the better run out. Just got into Richie's bumper. See if we can... Yeah, Kirk just got into his bumper. Take one more look at this one. Yeah, Richie got a little squirrely out of 2. Nothing Kirk could do. Gets right into his bumper, and they both end up in the wall. All right, everybody has been to pit road for tires and fuel. Wait a minute. I don't believe, let's see if we can dial up Brian Hewitt as it looks like Hewitt may have only taken 2. Hey, Brian, it's Doug. You got me?
What's going on, Doug?
That's what I'd like to ask you. Did you take 4 tires or just 2?
I took 0 tires, so this is going to be a ride.
Yes, it is. Man, that is a gutsy call. What prompted you to make that move?
Yeah, I'm expecting a caution.
No, good call.
Here pretty soon, so I can get back down to pit road. You know.
All right, buddy. Well, I hope it works out for you. Hopefully his strategy pays off.
But we'll see how that goes.
Good luck, man.
All right, thanks, Doug.
Brian Hewitt, no tires on the restart. And you know what restarts mean? It's time to get a little bit loud on the restart. When the green flag drops, folks, I'm going to shut up and you guys crank it up. Let's listen to all this horsepower. Who's ready to get... Whoa! Cody Berg looked like he had a bit of a close call, but no time to worry about it now. Here we go. Pace car is in. Into the restart zone. The green flag flies. Crank it up, y'all. These boys are definitely flying around the track tonight. Hey, good evening, Russell. How are you, buddy? And what is your ETA? Any word when we're going to see you back on track? Looks like the track just got a little bit of cloud cover. Bradley James still holds the lead. Chad Ragsdale battling with the Dominator for... Oh! Bradley got the wall in 3 and 4. Ragsdale has a run out of 4, but Bradley may hold him off. They were briefly 3 wide for the lead. Burke slips back to 3rd. Tyler Ott closing in. Doesn't look like that wall slowed Bradley James down a lick. He is still sending it, still has the lead. The caution is back out. Kirk Marble, Eric Wolkowiak involved. We were going to take a look, and it looks like Brian Hewitt's strategy, he was right about the caution, but he has dropped to 14th. We'll see if he can, he'll have the freshest tires now, though. We'll see what he can do with it. Let's take a look at what brought this one out. There's Kirk in the 16 car, coming out of 4. Oh, he gets into Wolkowiak, goes spinning through the infield. Looked like Wolkowiak had a bit of a worse ride out of this this deal. Kirk thought he was clear, comes up while Kowiak hits the wall. Wow, what a close call for several drivers. Brian Hewitt just barely shoots the gap. All right, we're going to dial up Hewitt's in-car camera here. Riding along with Brian Hewitt as everything pops off just ahead. There you see the smoke. He's out of the throttle, and there's Walcope. Wow, that was close. Great save by Brian Hewitt. Also worth noting, Kirk Marble did not touch anything other than Eric, and Eric just barely grazed the wall. While Kowiak has not been to pit road. Brian Hewitt did come in. He's on his way back out. He does now have his 4 tires and fuel. Bradley James and Chad Ragsdale will have the front row. Both drivers already at 4 spots. Tyler Ott up 4 spots into 4th. Colby Whipple now in 6th. Eric Walkowiak now in 10th. Mark Dantuma up 6 spots into 11th. Richard Cragen up 6 spots into 12th. Brian Hewitt up 3 spots into 13th. Austin Ruskoff, William Mann Jr. both on pit road. And William Mann Jr. has a problem. I think he's waiting for the leader to come by. I thought he got his lap back on this. We'll see here in just a moment. He may still be on pit road when they take the green. Several drivers like Austin Ruskoff and Ryan McDaniel dropped to pit road to top off, as did Kirk Marble, Richie Joplin, Larry Waits, Mark Dantuma, and Brian Hewitt. Remember, Brian Hewitt is starting back in 13 and has the freshest tires. We'll keep an eye on that. All right, here we go. Pace car drops in. The green flag flies. Bradley James is away. Now we mentioned Hewitt having the freshest tires on track. They had a caution. Everybody changed tires at lap 20. Brian Hewitt changed them at lap 28. 8 laps don't seem like much, but as we mentioned earlier in the race, you start losing time on track very quickly. The tires wear rapidly here. Oh, Bradley may have kissed the wall at corner entry. Cody Burke has the run underneath. Bit of a battle going on back behind. Eric Walkowiak, Patrick Pieper, David Lux, all in the mix. Kirk Marble also there with them, as is Richard Cragen. Mark Dantuma right behind, as is Hewitt. Kirk Marble, Richie Joplin, Ryan McDaniel, Austin Ruskoff battling it out after both drivers topped off under caution. Bradley James still has the lead. Ragsdale now to second. Blake Kirchenbauer currently in 6th place. Remember, he took it easy at the start of the race to conserve tires. Looks like he's not pushing it at the moment. Might still be trying to conserve for the long runs here. This is a track where we do tend to see a lot of green flag laps. However, you can definitely tell when their tires are getting bad. You start seeing guys getting loose and struggling on exit. You guys are being awfully quiet in the comments tonight. Make sure you drop in, let us know who you're cheering for. Chad Ragsdale has a problem in the front stretch. He was battling for second. He has lost a bunch of ground. Now back in 9th. Let's see what happened. Oh, did Ragsdale get a bump? See if we can get a look from the chopper. Looked like Ragsdale was loose. Burke had nowhere to go. Fortunately, Ragsdale able to gather it up and keep going. A great save. Tyler Ott has taken the lead. Has been one heck of a battle up front so far. Bradley James has led the most laps so far tonight, but now Tyler Ott up in the mix. And remember, the top 3 on track are also the top 3 in points. Only 14 points separate those 3 drivers. Patrick Bieber has made his way to 7th. Eric Walkowiak continues to march forward. He is now up to 8th. Ragsdale back in 9th, trying to fight his... Wow, we've got a battle on here. This is from 8th place on back. Walkowiak has 8th. Ragsdale up top. They were 3 wide on entry into 1. Mark Dantum on the bottom, just got past Lux, now trying to make his way forward. Kirk Marble currently running in 10th. 2 different 3-car battles going on right now. Richie Joplin battling with David Lux. Brian Hewitt right behind. Hewitt has not been pushing those fresh tires yet, but as this run goes on, he's likely to start driving by. Back up front, Tyler Ott still in the lead, Bradley James in 2nd, and Burke in 3rd. They have pulled a bit of a gap on Colby Whipple in 4th. Blake Kirchenbauer in 5th, looking underneath, keeps peeking on Colby. Vic Brown pulls up into the fight as well. Mark Dantuma at the moment, one of the biggest movers. Dantuma up 7 spots into 10th. Tyler Ott up 7 spots into the lead. Richie Joplin right behind him in 11th, while Kowiak has slipped back to 12th. Brian Hewitt now in 13th, David Lux in 14th, Austin Ruskoff currently in 15th. William Mann Jr. has got himself back on the lead lap in 16th. Richard Craig and Larry Waite 17th and 18th. Ryan McDaniels has drifted back to 19th. Ragsdale still in 8th place with Kirk Marble on his bumper and Dan Tuma and Joplin closing in. Ryan McDaniel has come to pit road. This is an unexpected pit stop. Vic Brown in 4th now. Whipple and Kirchenbauer battling for 5th. Colby on the bottom. Clay up top. It gets a little close out of turn 2. Whipple looks a bit squirrely. And it looked like Colby got a bit loose. Ryan is back out on track. Ryan took 4 tires and fuel on this unplanned stop. Ryan did lose a lap, but bear in mind he now has the freshest tires, although he's down on the apron, not sure what's going on. Tyler Ott continues to lead. Cody Burke has taken 2nd. Bradley's not going to let that stand. He is fighting back. Vic Brown back in 4th, 1.9 seconds back, but he is closing in on the cars ahead. Larry Waits is on pit road. And I think I know why they're starting to come in. It is early based on their last stop, but coming in now puts them on fresh tires. And they're right in the range to do the race on 2 more stops. Let's take a look at Larry Waite's pit road entry to see if he had any problems. Oh, Larry just smacked the wall through 3 and 4. This is definitely an aero-dependent track, so he got her down to pit road, took his tires, took his fuel, and more importantly, got the car fixed. Tyler Ott's lead starting to grow now, 9/10 of a second, as Bradley James has reclaimed 2nd from the Dominator. Meanwhile, Vic Brown less than a 1.5 seconds back, and at the moment, Vic is the fastest car on track. Burke is wicked loose out of 2. And he managed to hold on to it, but that car was way out of shape. See if he gets loose out of turn 2 this time. We saw this on that early run. He does kiss the wall and way loose again. We saw this on that first run. Once they had about 10-15 laps, actually around lap 15, we started seeing a lot of guys having problems coming out of turn 2. Patrick Pieper now up into 6. Kirk Marble has made it to 7. Colby Whipple losing a little bit of ground is back to 8. Chad Ragsdale, after his trip through the infield, now back in 9th. Mark Antuma in 10th is closing in on those 3 cars ahead of him. The other car on the move right now, Austin Ruskoff. Austin is up 3 spots into 12. Brian Hewitt right behind in 13th, and those fresher tires should start paying off here in the next few laps. Remember, he did not push it early in this run, so hopefully he is conserved enough that he can start marching forward. Meanwhile, we have a battle heating up for 3rd. Cody Burke and Vic Brown with the lap car of Ryan McDaniel. Ryan again on fresh tires. This race definitely a lot different than I think a lot of these drivers expected here tonight. Several of the drivers did tell me they expected it to be a race of attrition and for things to get a bit bumpy out here, but so far, for the most part, it's been green other than 2 cautions. Folks, don't forget, tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern, Home Motorsports takes to the track, followed by the beautiful Unicorn Trucking USA. Richard Cragen is on pit road. Are we seeing a little short pit strategy here? Everybody is about to their fuel window. Most of these drivers said 38 to 40 laps on a tank. A lot of drivers came in on that first caution at lap 20, with a few coming in to top off on the second caution at lap 28. One of those drivers that topped off, Austin Ruskoff, is now up into 9th. Colby Whipple is on his way in. Vic Brown has just taken 3rd place from the Dominator. And Bradley James is coming in. Now, folks, I did see quite a few drivers practicing pit road entry tonight. This is one of those tracks. It's very tricky to get on pit road. It's easy to make a mistake and cost you the race. Eric Walkowiak is in. A few drivers did. Holy cow! What a close call for Cragen as Tyler Ott comes in. Clay Kirchenbauer is headed in as well. Patrick Pieper is also in. Vic Brown does assume the lead with Burke on his bumper. Vic came in tonight 6th in points as Burke comes to pit road, so picking up some bonus points here will definitely help Vic. Chad Ragsdale also on pit road. Brian Hewitt is in. That's a bit unexpected. And looks like Vic Brown is going to bring it in as well. Kirk Marble is staying out, as is Austin Ruskoff. Mark Dantuma's coming in. Now we'll keep an eye on Richie Joplin, expecting him in next time by. Richie Joplin, as we mentioned during pre-race, has had a lot of trouble with pit roads here lately. He's been fast in a lot of races, but pit stops have really caused him some issues. David Lux, Vic Brown, both on pit road now as well. Clay Kirchenbauer coming by on fresh tires as Austin Ruskoff is leading. Kirk Marble in second. Marble, one of the guys in the top 5 in points. He could really use the bonus points. As Tyler Ott goes by and unlaps himself. And the Dominator just set the fastest lap of the night. But then, Chad Ragsdale beat his lap. Keeping an eye on some of the speeds these guys on fresh tires are running. Looking at Chad Ragsdale, who did just set the fastest lap, 185 out of turn 2. Goes off into 3 and 4. Looked like he was almost touching 200 miles an hour. This track on fresh tires, it's easy to do. 197 down the front stretch. Kirk Marble has come to pit road. Cody Burke set the fastest lap last time by. 30.12. Richie Joplin is coming in. He gets it down to pit road speed. No penalties yet. As he finally broke the pit road curse. Meanwhile, Austin Ruskoff continues to lead out front. Austin is bringing her in. Looks like the lead will likely cycle back to Bradley James, who is almost 3.5 seconds ahead of Tyler Ott and Cody Burke. Whoa, Ryan just smacked the wall. It is so easy to do at Atlanta. Just push a little too hard. get on the throttle a little too early, that wall will reach out and grab you. As Austin Ruskoff comes off pit road, we complete the first round of green flag stops here tonight. And now that everybody is back on track, back up to speed, let's run through the field, see where your favorite drivers are. Make sure when we're looking at your favorite driver to drop in the comments and cheer them on. Bradley James out front, the new points leader, trying to get his first win of the season and open up a gap in the points. Cody the Dominator Burke has just taken second place. He's missed a couple of races and has dropped him back to third in points despite 6 wins so far this season. Tyler Ott currently runs third on track, second in points. Trying to keep Cody and Bradley in sight for the remainder of the season. Clay Kirchenbauer currently running in fourth. As we mentioned earlier, he is one to watch. He has been marching forward on the long run all night. Patrick Pieper now up 4 spots into 5th. Looked like he was having some trouble early on, but he's got it all gathered up and headed the right way now. Vic Brown in 6th. Vic did lead some laps earlier. Having a great run here tonight. Chad Ransdale currently in 7th, and Chad may be coming in. This is unexpected and off cycle. Well, Colby Whipple now moves up into 7th. Colby has been in the top 5 most of the night. He has got a fast car tonight. At the moment, Mark Dantuma in 8th is the biggest mover of the night in the Navy Joe Coffee car, up 9 spots into 8th. But he has got Kirk Marble 2.5 seconds back in closing. Kirk is definitely on the move. Eric Wolkowiak currently runs in 10th. Eric having another consistent night. Can he stay out of trouble tonight? He always seems to find somebody else's wreck. David Lux had a great qualifying effort, starting in 4th, but has lost some ground here early on. Now back in 11th. Austin Ruskoff in 12th. As we know, Austin will take any opportunity to top off on fuel. It is paid off here tonight. He has led some laps and has made his way to 12th. Brian Hewitt in 13th. Hewitt trying to make up some ground. Richie Joplin surprisingly has slipped back into 14th. Richard Cragen has moved up all night long. He's up 3 spots into 15th, but has ran his way all the way to the top 5 earlier in the race. Ryan McDaniel currently in 16th, trying to make his way toward the front. Larry Waits just completed an unexpected pit stop, currently runs in 17th, but has the freshest tires on track. Chad Ragsdale, who was battling for the lead earlier, now sitting on pit road in 18th. He has been on pit road for over 2 minutes. William Mann Jr. out early. Bradley James has a 1.1 second lead over the Dominator at the moment. Tyler Ott still keeping him in sight in third. Clay Kirchenbauer about 3.5 seconds back in fourth. And Richard Cragen is just pulled in. Cragen may be out of the race unexpectedly. Just over 50 laps to go here in Atlanta, and so far tonight, Bradley James has led the most laps, and more importantly, has kept Cody Burke from leading very much. Bradley did come into tonight with the points lead and is trying to extend it. Second in points, Tyler Ott just a couple of spots back. Ott so far 2 wins this season in his march toward the top. The man on the move continues to be Mark the Man Dantuma. Dantuma was up 10 spots into 7th, but Kirk Marble just flew by. Kirk has definitely been conserving early on in this run. At the moment, he is the fastest car on track. Kirk also extended his fuel run on that last run. He was the last driver on pit road. I stand corrected. Austin Ruskoff was the last one in lap 70. Kirk Marble came in at lap 68. Austin also on the move. He is now up into 10th. Now Bradley James, as we mentioned, Ryan McDaniel had a problem a moment ago. See if we can see what happened. All right, there's Ryan coming through 3 and 4. Looks like he pulled down to the apron. I'm not sure what's going on with Ryan. We know he's been having problems with his new VR since he got it. Must be an issue with that. As we were talking about before we looked at Ryan, Bradley James is leading the points, but has not been to victory lane yet this season. Tonight is definitely shaping up to go his way, but the Dominator is getting closer. Ryan McDaniel has brought it to pit road. Richard Cragen and Chad Ragsdale both now out of the race, as well as William Mann Jr. Ryan McDaniel is coming back off pit road. Looks like 4 tires and fuel. top three now within 3/4 of a second. Bradley James still has the lead, but now Tyler Ott is looking underneath Burke for second. And this is exactly what Bradley wants to see in his mirror. Those two battling lets him pull away. Also uses their tires up just a bit more, which really helps Bradley on the long run. Ryan may have had another problem. He has towed it to pit road. See if we can see what happened. All right, there's Ryan. I'm sorry, there's Brent. There is Ryan McDaniel coming down the backstretch, fresh off pit road. He sends it down into 3 and 4. And it looks like the car just, it didn't look like he got loose, it just snapped out on him. And he finds an interesting new way to enter pit road. Ouch. Apparently, Ryan tried to take 2 tires. Not a good idea here. And it really caused him some problems. Cody Burke and Tyler Ott are closing in on Bradley James. That brief battle between them was not much of a setback. Clay Kirchenbauer now up into 4, 2.5 seconds back, but looks like Clay is closing in, but so is Vic Brown. Vic currently running in 5th. Kirk Marble, who last pitted lap 68, one of the last 2 to come in, and one of 2 with the freshest tires on track. Kirk has made his way to 7th. Austin Ruskoff, who also didn't come into lap 70, he has made his way up to 9th, and at the moment, he is the fastest car on track. And Cody Burke has gone back to the lead. Tyler and Bradley battling back behind for second. And oh no, Bradley and Tyler are together. Ott smacks the inside wall. Will we see? Yes, we get the caution. And what a turn of events here. This also puts everybody within their fuel window. Everybody will be in this time. And this likely could be the final stops of the night. Let's take a look at that incident again. All right, let's take a look at this incident again. Up, I think we backed it up a little too far. Alright, there's Tyler Ott. Bradley James on the bottom. Coming out of turn 2, James just comes up. Barely bumps him, but remember, they are super loose. Coming out of turn 2 on old tires. And man, Tyler Ott took one heck of a hit. Cody Burke will roll off pit road with the lead. Clay Kirchenbauer now to second. Vic Brown in third. Kirk Marble in fourth. Bradley James slips back to fifth. Patrick Pieper in sixth. Mark Dantuma now in seventh. Tyler Ott currently in eighth, but repaired and back out. Colby Whipple in ninth. Austin Ruskoff in 10th. And Kirk Marble is dropping back. Austin Ruskoff is topping off. Bit of a surprise to see him top off here. They should be good to go on fuel. Unless we see a green-white checker. So this being only our third caution of the night, a green-white checkered seems unlikely. All right, everybody gets lined up out of turn 2. That inside line looks like it needs to tighten up a little bit, but Cody Burke and Clay Kirchenbauer side by side. The pace car dives in. Here we go again. Green flag back in the air. Bradley James gets one heck of a start. He was almost a Burke's bumper at the start-finish line. And Richie Joplin goes 3 wide out of turn 2. That was a gutsy move, while Kowiak backs out of it. Brian Hewitt may have had a little contact with Walkowiak. Richie Joplin is on the attack, but so is Mark Dantuma, who's made his way to 5th. Looked like Tyler Ott kissed the wall. Clay Kirchenbauer slips back to 4th. Patrick Pieper has made his way up to 3rd. Bradley James is back up into 2nd, and he's got his sights set on the car in the lead. Meanwhile, one heck of a battle going on back here. Mark Dantuma, Colby Whipple, Richie Joplin, Tyler Ott, and Kirk Marble all in the middle. Oh! Eric Walkowiak smacks the wall out of 2. Manages to save it as Kirk Marble shoots the bottom. Ott is in the wall. Looked like Vic Brown got caught up, and the caution is back out. Let's see. All right, there's Tyler on up top. Richie goes by. Did Richie have contact? Tyler gets in the wall, tries to save it, gets it again. Vic Brown was trying to get by Brian Hewitt. Vic had almost, actually had cleared Hewitt. Slides up the track for the run out of 4. Didn't know Ott was there, but he found him. Vic Brown has been to pit road. He is back out. No, he has not been to pit road yet. Yep, some of the leaders faked to come in. Clay Kirchenbauer, Colby Whipple, Eric Walkowiak all in. Vic Brown and Tyler Ott also in. Man, what a heartbreak for Tyler Ott. Tyler was having a great run here tonight. Was up battling for the lead. But a couple of incidents back to back have really set Tyler back. Bradley James will start on the outside. Let's see if we can get a word with Bradley. Hey, Bradley, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, Doug.
Man, you've been taking them to school here tonight. Got a little bit of a setback here. Can you get back out front?
I hope so. We'll see.
It's definitely.
I really feel bad.
I
really feel bad getting a Tyler. I really feel bad getting a Tyler right there. I was out of the gas and just did not turn.
Man, I know it was a setback, and I know you did everything you could, man. I gotta say, you've been looking good all night. You have the points lead coming into tonight, and you're doing everything right here tonight.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll give Cody a good shot right here. See what I can do.
Well, man, good luck. I know it's gonna be tough, but I know you can get it done, buddy.
Appreciate it. Stay tuned. It'll be fun.
It definitely will. Good luck. Bradley James, you know, first off, you got to hand it to these guys. Always great sportsmen. Apologizing to Tyler there. Did everything he could to not get into him. But now his toughest task of the night, battling it out with the Dominator. If anybody has some bold predictions for the night, drop them in the comments. Let us know who you think's going to pull this one off. All right, here they come. Pace car dives to pit road. The green flag flies again here in Atlanta. Burt gets a bit of a jump, but he is not cleared. Now he gets clear as they go off into one. Bradley James holds on to second, and man, a lot of battles going on. Mark Dantuma currently in 6th, up 11 spots, but Richie Joplin just moved into 3rd as we have a battle for the lead. Bradley James to the bottom, Cody Burke to the top. Cody will have the contact coming out of 2. James backs out. Bradley James backed out of it to let Burke save it. He has slipped all the way back into 6th. Now Pieper's in 2nd. We've got a wreck out of 4 caution. Our fifth caution of the night looks like Vic Brown involved again. All right, there's Vic in the 2-car up top. Oh, Brian Hewitt has a problem ahead while Kowiak gets caught. All right, keep an eye on Hewitt up top in the Reese's car. Oh, he drifts up and smacks the wall, comes down, collects while Kowiak. Austin Ruskoff almost saved it. Well, that got a bit wild. Cody Burke leads several drivers onto pit road. Cody Burke, Patrick Pieper, Richie Joplin, David Lux, Austin Ruskoff, Tyler Ott, Eric Walkowiak, and Mark Dantuma all on pit road, and Kirk Marble takes the lead. Well, this just shook things up in a big, big way. So Kirk Marble takes the lead for the first time tonight. Bradley James now in second, Clay Kirchenbauer in third, Colby Whipple in fourth, Vic Brown in fifth. Everybody from sixth place, Brian Hewitt, on back has been to pit road, and it looks like they all took tires. Make that sixth place Cody Burke. It appears Hewitt dropping to the tail. Bradley James has been up front most of the night. He'll have to start on the outside. But if he can clear Marble quickly and get out front, Burke will have a lot more traffic to get through. But Kirk Marble has been coming through this field most of the night. He might be able to take it from here and go to victory lane. Just over 20 laps to go. The pace car dives in. Kirk is in control. The green flag flies. They are back underway. Kirk clears traffic quickly. Clay Kirchenbauer looking under James for second. Cody Burke right behind, and right behind him is Colby Whipple. Whipple having one heck of a great run here tonight. Top five quickly goes single file. Vic Brown now into sixth. Pieper in seventh. Richie in eighth. Dantuma in ninth. And David Lux in 10th. And it's getting a bit heated back here. Dantuma dropped low out of 2 to look under Richie. Richie dropped low to look. Oh, Pieper's in the wall. Man, that was a hard hit for Patrick. Kept his foot in it. Still going the right way. Kirk Marble starting to pull away just a little bit. Just over a half-second lead over Bradley James. Clay Kirchenbauer in third, but here comes the Dominator. Clay may have kissed the wall coming out of 4. Burke a bit of a run up top. Cody Burke just set the fastest lap of the night, 30.05, as he takes third. Vic Brown, meanwhile, looking underneath Colby Whipple. Colby trying to hold on to fifth. Remember, the guys that came in a moment ago, they're on 4 fresh Goodyears. That is including Cody Burke in third. The rest of this field, like Kirk Marble and Bradley James, were last in on lap 98, giving Burke about 12 lap fresher tires. Kirk's lead now almost a full second. Bradley still holding off the fresher tires of Cody Burke. Bradley doing everything he... Oh! Bradley James kisses the wall out of 4. He keeps his foot in it, keeps it going. But Burke may have the run this time. Looks like Mark Dantum had a little excitement coming out of turn 2. Manages to hold on to it. Peeking underneath David Lux for 9th. Richie Joplin has been outside the top 10 most of the night, but here we are, 16 to go. He is up to 6th. Cody Burke has taken 2nd place, but Bradley James still right on him. And here comes Vic. Vic Brown now in 4th. Clay Kirchenbauer, Richie Joplin right behind. Richie has told me repeatedly he is no good at saving tires, but you give him a fresh set of Goodyears, man, he's gonna attack. Now he looks underneath Clay Kirchenbauer for 5th. Meanwhile, Kirk Marble's lead holds it a 2nd. But remember, Cody Burke has much fresher tires. Oh, Bradley gets loose. And here comes Richie. Oh, he gets into Vic. Vic gets into Clay. Clay is around. Caution is out and Lux gets into him. Holy cow. Clay Kirchenbauer just went for one heck of a ride. Looks like Colby Whipple, David Lux, both involved. We definitely know Lux took one heck of a hit. There's Clay right behind. Now Richie just bumps into Vic. Vic comes up. Clay has nowhere to go. Neither does David Lux or Colby Whipple. There's Whipple back behind, battling with Mark Dantuma. And just nowhere to go. He clips Clay. He and Lux both have extremely heavy damage. Hey, good evening, David. How are you? And the race off pit road. Wow, this is interesting. Most of these guys just took 4 tires. They're the ones that did not come in under that last caution. Clay Kirchenbauer is back out on track. He'll be in 11th. Colby Whipple and David Lux both still on pit road. See if we can get a closer look. Lux is still very torn up. Whipple is on his way out. Now, the top 3 stayed out under the caution. Cody Burke, Richie Joplin, and Brian Hewitt. All 3 drivers had been in on lap 110 and taken on fresh tires. Kirk Marble came in, but it looks like fuel only for him. And everybody from 5th on back has fresh tires. That top 3 have 13 lap old tires. And as we've talked about all night, here in Atlanta, after 5 to 10 laps, you are losing time on old tires. These guys have their hands full. Plus on old tires on the restart, if they're not careful, they can spin them and cause a big mess. All right, here we go. Pace car dives in. Burke is in control. The green flag flies. They will get 10 to go. Hewitt has a problem. It looked like Brian Hewitt spun the tires just like we were talking about. Have a great night, Tina. Thanks for watching. So the Dominator is out front. Richie on his bumper. Bradley James was loose. Manages to hold on to it. Remember those top 3 on old tires as Kurt goes on the attack. Kurt Marble now to second. He is loose out of 2, kisses the wall. Richie gets a big run down the backstretch. Bradley James has drifted back to 5th. Those peepers in the wall. Wow, these guys are definitely pushing to the limit as Kirk Marble goes for the lead. Bradley James battling with Richie Joplin for 3rd. And the fresher tires, James comes clear 3 wide. We've got 2 going through the infield. And the caution is out as Austin Roscoff and Mark Dantuma had one heck of a ride. And this will shake things up once again. Let's see what brought the caution out. All right, keep an eye on the 88 and the 57. Austin on the bottom, Mark up top. Oh, Mark kisses the wall, comes down, collects Austin, and they meet again. Ouch. Well, Cody Burke is coming in. Richie Joplin, Eric Walkowiak, Larry Waits, Tyler Ott, Austin Ruskoff, Mark Dantuma. Kirk Marble out there on old tires. Bradley James just changed tires a few laps ago. Same with Patrick Pieper and Clay Kirchenbauer. And it does look like some of the drivers are going into fuel conservation. Well, this last few laps are gonna get wild. Let's see if we can get a quick word with our leader. Hey Kirk, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, what's up, Doug?
How you feeling up there, and more importantly, how you feeling on them tires, which are, let's be honest, a bit old?
Well, I'm hoping there's enough people in between me and the people that have real fresh tires. And maybe a yellow flag will save me, too.
You never know. It's definitely going to be a wild restart, and we've seen a couple of guys on old tires on that last restart have that dreaded wheel spin. You're going to have to be careful here.
Oh, yeah, it's slick if you hit the gas too hard.
Well, man, can you hold them off and get to victory lane tonight?
I don't know. I'll see. It all depends on this restart.
Well, man, good luck. It's going to be one heck of a final few laps.
Thanks, Doug.
Well, Kirk Marble does not sound confident. The question is, who is back behind him that does? Got a lot of guys on fresh tires back behind. But the fresh tires start back in 7th at Cody Burke. And if we get another caution, some of these guys might have, I don't think anybody's close on fuel. Time will tell. All right, folks, buckle up and get ready. Don't forget to drop in the comments. Let us know who you're cheering for, who you think's going to win. Because it's time to find out. Pace car dives in. They'll have 3 to go at the line. Green flag back in the air at Atlanta. Oh, we've got a problem. The caution flies. A big mess behind. Kirk Marble just got exactly what he needed. A lot of cars caught up. And we will go to a green-white checkered finish. All right, let's take a look. All right, keep an eye on Austin Ruskoff in the 88. Back there on the inside. It looks like Clay spun his tires. Let's look down from the chopper. Now keep an eye on that inside line. It's stacked up a bit. Clay on the outside. Yeah, Clay spun his tires. Hewitt had nowhere to go. Taking another look from the chopper at Clay. He just gets a bump from Hewitt. Clay goes down, gets into Vic. Both of them try and come back up. While Kowiak ends up, wow. Man, a lot of cars ended up mowing the lawn. But on the restart, it does look like Bradley James was able to take the lead. And we get the field shaken up yet again. Bradley James, Kirk Marble, Patrick Pieper, Vic Brown, and Cody Burke, the top 5. Wait a minute. Clay Kirchenbauer is coming back up. Does look like, by virtue of position when the yellow flew, Clay is going to hold on to 4th. So the top 5 will be Bradley James, Kirk Marble, Patrick Pieper, Clay Kirchenbauer, and Vic Brown. Cody Burke, Richie Joplin, Eric Walkowiak, Larry Waits, and Mark Dantuma round out the top 10. And how about Larry Waits? He pitted off cycle early in the race. Looked like his night was done. He has fought his way back to the top 10. All right, take a deep breath, folks. They're going to have 2 laps to settle this. The points leader starting up front. Can he finally get to victory lane here tonight? Or will one of the guys back behind with fresh tires be able to fight their way to the front? It is time to find out. Here we go. The pace car dives in, and the green flag flies. 2 to go in Atlanta. Bradley clears. Now Pieper battles with Kirk Marble. Bradley James needs these guys to stay battling, because Cody Burke is already to 4th. Kirk Marble goes back to 2nd. Clay Kirchenbauer losing some ground as Walkowiak is now to 5th. And here we go. The white flag flies one more time around in Atlanta. Bradley James has the lead. Kirk Marble just behind. Pieper and Burke have lost some ground back behind. Bradley James may have it. Kirk Marble sends it deep into 3. It'll be a drag race out of turn 4, and Bradley James will win at Atlanta. Kirk Marble coming home in 2nd, and Patrick Pieper comes home 3rd and sets the fastest lap on the final lap. What a finish. Boy, Atlanta always gets exciting. Tonight did not disappoint. And let's see if we can talk to our top 3, starting with Patrick Pieper. Patrick, I have to say, early in the race, it looked like you had the wrong steering ratio. That car was all over the place, yet you managed to fight back and come on third.
Yeah, I picked 10 to 1 this race, and it was a little bit twitchy earlier on, but then once the track started to come in and started to like get some rubber, it felt quite a bit better. Yeah, no, I was happy with that, like you said, especially considering kind of how it started, because I definitely slipped back up first run. But overall, though, it was a really fun race, because like I said, it was kind of clawing back and ended up, like I said, getting third. I think that's my third in a row now, because I think I got third Sunday night and I got third last week on Wednesday night, so I'd like to maybe move it up a little bit, but I'll take it.
You still managed to pull it off, man. That was a heck of a comeback, especially considering it seemed like you were right in front of, beside, or behind every bit of chaos tonight.
Yeah, I was around a lot of chaos, and then also right there at the end, I was really wanted to hold on to third. I had Cody right behind me, and I thought he was gonna get me, but he had a little bit fresher tires than I did, but I was able to hold them off. That also felt good too.
Well, man, great job and a great finish, buddy. Congrats.
All right, thanks, Doug.
Patrick Pieper coming home in third. Kirk Marble, despite old tires, comes home in second. You know, Kirk, last time we talked, you mentioned you needed a caution, and as soon as the green dropped, so did the yellow.
Yeah, but I think I messed that restart up a little too much.
Man, it was still enough there at the end, despite having I think you might have had the oldest tires in the top 5. You still managed to hold on for second. You got to be happy. And on that last lap, you sent it in deep. It looked like you might have something for Bradley.
Yeah, it was kind of my Hail Mary.
Well, man, it didn't get past, but you still managed a podium and a great save there and a great finish.
Yeah, it was a fun race, Doug.
It definitely looked like it from here, man. Great job tonight.
Yep, see you later.
And finally, our winner and points leader, Bradley James. Bradley, I have to say, dude, I was rooting for you there at the end, especially after that last pit stop you made, and you dropped back quite a bit. You managed to fight your way back up there, and man, that last restart, you nailed it.
Yeah. Hurt and spun the tires. I don't know if I could have got by almost a few laps, but it worked out, man.
It definitely did, and I gotta say, you know, coming into the night, we noticed you were the points leader, but no win yet. And now, you're not only the points leader, you got the win. You led the most laps tonight. You're definitely going to extend that lead.
Yeah, it'll be nice not to have a goose egg in that column anymore. I've been so close, but finally was able to nail one down.
You definitely were. But not only that, I mean, Tyler had problems. He finished further back. Cody came home fourth. Dan Tuma had problems late. I mean, your points lead, not only from all the bonus points tonight, but everything is going to be pretty decent coming out of tonight.
Yeah, hopefully no more mistakes the rest of the year and just manage it.
Well, man, a great job. It was long overdue, bud. Congratulations.
Thanks, Doug. Appreciate it.
Man, Bradley James earned it tonight. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and the YouTubes. And don't forget, tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern, Home Motorsports is on track, immediately followed by the beautiful Unicorn taking to the roads of America, doing a little trucking. We will see you guys tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing you this weekend. We're going to have some fun then as well. Make sure you tune in, and we will see you then. Have a good one, everybody.